Hey everyone, we are glad that you could join us this afternoon for our Community Connection live update, where we like to talk about what happened the past 7 days in our community, what your police officers have done, and anything special coming up. We also have Taylor Givens here with a special update on what you can do to keep yourself safe. And Rich here always. He'll have the weather later, and he has the stats for us soon. But we're glad you're here. Let's see who is here. Leave us a comment. Got Chris Watkins, always watching MJPD go above and beyond. So, Chris, glad you're joining. And we have Alex Nutz from Texas. And then Rich, somehow you were able to get in there. So, hello to you. All right. So, weekly update.
Yeah, let's get into it. Covering week in November the 9th through November the 15th. And getting into our numbers, 872 police calls for service, 74 fire calls, 21 crime reports, 91 arrest charges, 420 traffic stops, 173 citations, 36 non-injury crashes, and 2 injury crashes. Crash numbers coming down a little bit. Of course, we always like to see them as low as we can get them. But I'm glad to see those numbers finally coming down just a little bit this week.
They are. That's good because they were a little high last week, hit the 50 mark, not a good mark to hit, and glad to see that a little bit lower. A lot of our crashes, they are related to distracted driving. So our officers are always making an effort to focus on that distracted driving activity that is out there. So good stuff there, Rich. Thank you.
And on the crime reports this week, 7 family disturbances, 6 fraud, 4 property damage, and 2 each harassments and thefts.
Good deal.
And on our arrest charges this week, 20 simple possessions, 14 warrant arrests, 13 driving on suspended and revoked DLs, 8 no driver's license arrests, 5 DUIs, 4 shopliftings, and of course you see the rest on down the line there. Some real good proactive work this week. They had a good week.
Yeah, that DUI stuff's still up. It's the season for it when there's a lot of activity taking place, more alcohol is being consumed, and people are making that terrible choice to drive home while impaired. So please don't do that. Plenty of other options, whether it's Uber, Lyft, a friend who is a sober driver to take you home. So you don't have to worry about getting yourself hurt, someone else hurt, or being arrested.
And on to the neighborhood and school zone enforcement. Park Glen, Woodridge Place, Maricourt, West Wilson Boulevard, Providence areas, and all the school zones, of course. 90 stops, 45 citations, and 1 arrest. Some great numbers there this week. The guys are getting at it real good.
Yeah, for sure.
And on to the Guardian Shield program. Top 3 numbers everyone likes to see. 172 stolen cars recovered, 70 stolen plates recovered, and 116 wanted individuals recovered since the program's been in place.
Good numbers. I want to point out that suspect resident status. As you go down, you'll see the overwhelming majority out of the 198 of the metro area suspects that were arrested. 150 of those were from the Nashville area. And again, we continue as our community to have this issue where we're truly working hard, being proactive, trying to ensure the Nashville-related crime doesn't cross over into our city limits where they begin to do crime in our community. Thankfully, our license plate reader program, Guardian Shield, will alert us on those felony-involved vehicles, stolen cars, wanted people, anyone related to an Amber Alert or missing person. And that alerts us. Our officers go out and find the vehicle and make a stop. And the majority of the time, you can see that suspect is out of Nashville. So good data there, Rich. And Taylor, you also have some good stuff for us about keeping folks safe and smart. What you got?
Yeah, so last week we talked about, keeping your vehicle locked so you don't lose your belongings. But I know a lot of us will be traveling over the holidays. So I kind of wanted to talk about keeping your home safe. So just making sure all of your doors and windows are locked. A lot of us maybe don't think about windows, but before you leave to go on vacation, just do one walkthrough of the house to make sure all those windows are nice and secure. I thought this stat was interesting. 40% of all break-ins occur from non-forced entry. So these suspects are just able to open the door, open the window to get in there. They're not having to do much damage to break in. Don't blast your travel plans on social media. It just, tells everybody that you're not going to be home and they know for a fact that you're gone and you're out of town. So really try to keep things off social media. And if you do want to post, just be very vague so people can't tell that you are gone. As for extra patrol, that's always an option. Our police department is more than happy to just do a drive-by, to make sure that everything's nice and secure and nothing looks out of the ordinary around your home. Doorbell and exterior cameras, that's something that I know we always talk about. It can really protect you in a lot of different aspects, but one being your home being broken into. So making sure you have those cameras, pointing at your doors, your garage, your windows, your front door, things like that, because it makes it easier for us to investigate it as well, because it gives us a little bit of a lead. And then keeping those shrubs and bushes low in the front of your home. You don't want to give criminals a place to hide. So if you do see something suspicious, and you have really short shrubs and bushes, there's nowhere for them to go, which makes it easier for our officers to find that individual. And then don't leave your keys outside. I know now they make a lot of things that are very discreet, so people may not know that your key's in there, but these suspects know what those items look like, whether it's a fake rock or a flower vase or whatever the case may be. Really just try to avoid keeping any access to your home outside of your house. So just a few tips and tricks to keep you safe over the holiday. I know a lot of people will be traveling, so I felt like it was beneficial just to remind everyone how to protect yourself.
Yeah, great stuff, Taylor. And there's a little bit of an echo. I don't know why. The system's supposed to help us with the echoes, and I think it's fixed itself. But good stuff there, Taylor, how to keep yourself safe. We're always, trying to ensure our community knows what they can do to stay out of harm's way. And one way is our local internet safe exchange zone parking spots at police headquarters. Those are available to anyone who is meeting strangers, want to exchange money or goods for whatever item. And if you do arrange a meet at our police department, and this person you are doing the transaction with does not want to meet you here, that should be a major red flag. Pass up on that individual. Find someone who is totally comfortable coming to a police department to exchange whatever for you. The criminal element is also on these online marketplaces, and they go about it different ways. So they will see someone who is selling an item that they want, will meet them in an area, and then try to steal the item, or they'll pretend to sell an item for cash, and they will meet a person in an area and then rob them of the cash. This happens. You really don't know these people who are online until you meet them face to face, regardless of what pictures they may send you or what information they may provide you. And the best way to stay safe is truly just to find your local police department's parking lot. Many of them have the internet safe exchange zones there, and just meet at that location. So you don't have to worry about anything further. It's under surveillance. It's under bright lights. It's a lot safer. There's police officers all around coming and going from those police departments. So if you're going to set up a transaction, find your local police department that has these parking spots available for you and use them to keep yourself out of harm's way. And just last Friday, we had a victim in our community who made this arrangement. And this arrangement was originally supposed to happen in Laverne, but they changed it to the Mount Juliet area because that's where the seller was at the time. And that's how it ended up at our Target parking lot, where it went a bad direction with the seller undergoing an attempted robbery and being shot at. Shots then exchanged by the seller and the victim. And it led to an investigation that pointed us to Nashville. And our detectives did recover a vehicle involved in that incident in Nashville. They can continue to pursue strong leads with Metro Nashville detectives' helps in totally bringing justice to the victim and ensuring that all suspects involved are apprehended. So we keep at it. Our detectives keep at it. And we're just grateful for their hard work. Want to give a shout out to Just Love Coffee. They're doing something awesome on Tuesday, November 21st from 6:30 p.m. until 8 p.m. And it's a free Thanksgiving dinner for anyone in our community who just wants to get that blessing from our local business community and Just Love Coffee and what they're trying to do for everyone. Our police officers will be there, help serve those who attend. They do ask that you RSVP online if you can. If you can't and you just show up, no problem either. But Tracy and her staff at Just Love Coffee down in the Providence area have a big heart for our community. They always help us out with coffee with a cop, and we're grateful to help them out with their Just Love Coffee's Harvest, a community Thanksgiving dinner where they're giving back to those in our community who may not have the best Thanksgiving dinner. They're going to give them one of the best on Tuesday, November 21st. So pass this along to anyone who you think may would want to take part in this. Christmas parade is December 9th at 11 a.m. Same route, going from the Mount Juliet League, Two Rivers Park ball fields, down Lebanon Road to Mount Juliet Road, and then Mount Juliet Road down to Division Street. East Division Street will end at the train depot and also the Chamber of Commerce parking lot. Pretty cool Grand Marshal. It's our Chief James Hambrick, and this is 4 days before his final day, 6 days before his final day here as a Chief of Police. He retires on December 15th. That is his last day. So we hate to see him leave. He's still going to be around in some form or fashion, but he obviously will no longer be serving as our Chief of Police, and we're grateful that the city will honor him as the Grand Marshal in the Christmas parade. So we hope everyone comes out December 9th, 11 a.m. for the Tennessee Christmas parade in Mount Juliet. Census is going on. Make sure you register mjcensus.org. Register who you are, who's in your home, so you can get counted, and that count goes to more money for the city of Mount Juliet that we can use for services to you, such as police, fire, EMS, public works, parks, roads, infrastructure. All important to have a good funding source, and it's simple to get that for our community and for you to get counted. You just go online, fill it out, get counted. The city will then get a check for your count. And that's all I got. Rich, how's weather looking?
Not too terrible so far through the weekend. We got some chances of some showers today and tonight, but it's not going to be a drought buster. Just a little bit of light rain potentially overnight. But right now, as you can see, temperatures are still mildly unseasonable. You can see some cooler temperatures at night, but warmer during the day. But the next best chance of rain we've got coming up next Monday and Tuesday. Still pretty warm during the day, mild in the evenings. But you got to watch out come next Tuesday. After we get that rain on Tuesday, the bottom's dropping out. You see, come Tuesday and Wednesday after the rain, it's going to get cold, y'all. Right now, they're not saying it's going to be any potential for snow as yet. They said maybe a flake or two. But the one big bonus there is because the ground's been so warm, it's not going to stick, except, of course, elevated surfaces, rails along the bridges and things like that, bridges and overpasses. Yeah. But so far, no danger at this point, but we're going to keep watching it. But it's going to get cold come next week, y'all. So we're going to have a chilly Thanksgiving. It's going to be pretty nice and clear for Thanksgiving. So, and potentially they're saying maybe warming up after Thanksgiving again. So looking good.
All right. I'm all for the warm. I'm not for the cold. But Taylor, this gives you an opportunity to wear whatever mini stylish jackets that you have. I look forward to seeing them all. Oh, for those of you who don't know, Taylor Givens is our fashionista here at the police department. It's always a new outfit every day. And that's why Bob, her husband, works so hard to fund the outfit.
That's right. That's exactly
the outfit fund. All right. And Rich and I, we always wear the same thing. Black uniform, standard black polo. Doesn't change often. But we do wash our clothes every day. At least I do. Rich, I hope you do too.
Yep.
All right. Good stuff. So we got Michael Griffith just saying, way to keep the drugs out of MJ. Our officers always working hard to get that done. And Diana, she lives in MJ, in the county, but she's so proud of the hard work that the city police do when they're in town or not. So thank you for that, Diana. And Alex, again, to support what we do and love supporting law enforcement all over the world. Thanks, Alex. Very kind of you. Cool. If you have another question, just type it in. We're here for you for a little bit. We'll be glad to get to it. I have a meeting at 3 o'clock in 3 minutes, but locally it's here at headquarters. And luckily it's here at headquarters, and I'll be able to just walk right in the conference room.
Rich, you got any shout outs for us?
Actually, yeah. Big one, our Citizens Police Academy alumni group took care of us this past week for their Thanksgiving for the PD. So huge shout out to our Citizens Police Academy alumni group. They fed us all day long, all the great Thanksgiving food. It was a great treat. We did not go hungry all day. Shout out to a lot of the different organizations that helped put that together as well. There was Sugaroo's Bakery help with some of the baked goods. I mean, the list goes on and on. A lot of people helped
Yeah.
put all that together, but it was organized by the Citizens Police Academy. So huge shout out to those people. They did a fantastic job as always. They take such good care of us.
Yeah, great work. I also wanted to just mention too, there's a rendering of our new police headquarters, and construction is underway at current headquarters today. You can barely see it in the back of that photo. That's where we are at now. The new headquarters is on the field out front. So you see construction fencing going up around our building. There'll be some better signage going up too, just to direct people where to go, because our building will remain open through the entirety of the construction until we move in, but there'll be just different routes on how to get to our building as the different phases go through. So if you see the fencing around our building and the new construction trailer, that is because we are continuing to grow into a new police headquarters, which we desperately need for more space, more security, better infrastructure to keep us safe during storms, and really looking forward to this effort that's going to really set us up for the next 20, 30 years in our city to serve and protect. So that's why you see fencing up around our property. Cool. It almost looks like a compound at the moment. And it really isn't, but it's just to keep everyone safe once the big equipment starts moving around and construction stuff happens. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, Matt, I provided a brief update on the shooting at Target earlier in this, but in short, our detectives continue to chase after those leads with Metro Nashville Police Department. We did recover a vehicle involved in that incident in Nashville, and detectives have some suspects in mind. I just can't release those details to the community because I don't want to mess up the investigation, but our detectives continue after it. And then Eleanor just saying, thanks for keeping us safe. All right, awesome. Rich, you want to close us out?
Y'all, thanks for being here as always. I know it was short notice getting us online today, but thanks for everybody that joined in, and take care of each other. Holidays coming up. Be nice and take care of each other.
Yeah, absolutely. Taylor, what about you?
Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really enjoy spending time with you guys. And as always, if you need anything, don't hesitate to reach out because we're here for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. If there's anything you need, please just reach out. We're here for you. Take care.